That cinematic sequence you saw right there is entirely shot on a smartphone. And I know most of you who want to professionally produce videos keep asking yourself, should I get the iPhone for filmmaking or should I buy a regular camera? This video is going to be answering just that. And I know a filmmaker who just recently bought an iPhone for filmmaking. And even though he has spent more than 14 years shooting on cinema cameras, this is his first time in using smartphone. And I want to find out what he thinks are the pros and cons in using an iPhone for filmmaking.
Hi, this is Obiel from Obiel Studios, and I've been using cinema cameras. This time, I decided to purchase an iPhone, precisely the 11 Pro. I'm just curious to find out what I can really get from this camera as compared to knowing the clear fact that it comes with a little small cameras here with the lenses over there, a 26, a 13, and then a 52mm lens. I think there might be something out there that this camera can produce as compared to probably the cinema lenses. So today I'm here in this nice forest to see what images I can capture. I'm more interested in telling stories about shea butter, shea nuts, and the seeds. So today we're going to do some picture and video capturing of these seeds. You can see that I just kind of remove the phone from my pocket and then I switch it on, and then already I'm ready and set to go. Most of our cameras that we've been using, the setting up alone takes like 30 minutes. Those of you who use proper cinema cameras, you know what it means. So I'm just tapping on the 2 zoom, and then I have a change of lens. You know, and the neat feature is that, well, I know some other phones also have these features, but then the key thing here is that with those ones, mostly when you switch from one lens to another, there's a serious shift in their color balance. But iPhone has been able to maintain the consistency in terms of the color balance. Another key thing that I mostly want filmmakers to notice that every equipment has its strengths and weaknesses, and it's always very good to know these strengths and weaknesses, and then you should use your camera gear or the equipment that you're using properly with and align it with its strength. In this case, the iPhone here has something that we know is digitally or software manipulating the image in terms of faking the depth of field. Okay, so the added advantage here is that you are capable of actually getting very close to your subject, but at the same time you get details. Probably if you look at the normal cinema cameras, you're actually getting real lens effects when you're using that, but then with this one it manipulates the image a bit. You know, you cannot get this close to your subject when it comes to the cinema cameras. So I'm leveraging on the strength of the camera in the iPhone 11 Pro to get my images a bit clearer and then nice. All right, so let's go find something else to capture. What you just see here is a shot of the tree, and then that is another thing, okay? Because it's so small, I'm capable of fixing the phone in very awkward angles and getting the shot the way I want it. If you have this, you have a 4K camera. We are currently going towards the 4K resolution. Like, we are all moving away from the HD to the 4K. 4K is almost becoming the standard and minimum requirements for most videos and footage. And this is capable of actually shooting 4K at 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second. So you can really get very good slow motions when you use the higher frame rate. Mostly if I'm even trying to shoot something in HD, I normally shoot in 4K and then I can bring it down to HD. That gives me room to reframe if I need to do that. The way you can get the camera so close to the image and get all your details is just something that amazes me. If I was holding my Blackmagic cinema camera with the lenses that I have, I would have just probably had to go backwards to capture this. Then I'll lose the tiny and fine details that I could have gotten from this. So the other thing I would like to talk about is that the camera captures the pictures and video in the sRGB color space. So when you are capturing images and video, you must bear in mind that you have a limited flexibility of tweaking these images in post. If you try to push it too high or too low, you are likely to break the image. But then, trust me, the image that you get from this is so cool that I know you might have little to do about this. But this is not the appropriate tool that you want to use if you want to have complete control of your image in post. Let's check over there and see what we can get over there. This is a very nice spider in its beautiful home. So unfortunately, I'm finding it very difficult to use the iPhone to focus on it. Okay, what you really want to focus on, you just need to tap on the screen. Then iPhone takes a serious guess on exactly what you want to focus. Unfortunately, the phone is not capable of seeing that I'm tapping on a spider. It's more concentrating on the image around the spider. This is where this phone falls apart, right? So if you really want to have control over what you want to focus, and if that thing is not so prominent, then you will not be able to do that with the iPhone Pro. We need something like a manual dial instead of the tap to get to your focus point. But if we had some manual dial that we could really guess, some of us need control, right? But like I said, that is one of the downfalls for it. But it's really not made necessary for filmmakers like us. They are targeting just normal users where you just want to tap and set your focus on the person. So as you can see, I couldn't focus, but then if you look at the camera that is shooting, you saw that we were able to focus on the spider over there. But I've made all my attempts and I cannot. I'm here with Julie. Julie is one of my students. I want to test the autofocus capability of the iPhone. I want to see if it can easily and quickly distinguish between Julie and the tree behind her. You can see I'm going to tap on Julie. Very good. So we are in portrait mode anyway. So I just tap on her and then we have her focused. I take a picture and another picture, but then I'm going to tap on the tree and see if it can move to the tree. All right, wow. That is really impressive, right? You see? All right, so the focus moved to the tree, but then it's still hunting between the tree and Julie because she's moving, all right? So we're going to tell her to stand still. So Julie, stand still. I'm just going to click on the tree. All right, the tree is focused. I take a picture. When I click on Julie, it finds Julie. Yes. So this is very good. I'm really impressed with the autofocus feature. I think it's capable of distinguishing between the character and then whatever you tap, what are the objects. And this is a good thing. And I'm sure regular users are really going to make very good use of this particular feature because they'll be able to identify and focus exactly what they want to take. Look here. I've just had this phone not like more than 3 weeks now. And I'm still exploring to find the exact differences between like using a phone like the iPhone 11 Pro to shoot pictures and videos and how it feels to use the proper cinema cameras to shoot like videos and pictures. If I find more differences and similarities, I'll share with you on this channel. I'll be doing more casual things like things that are not really scripted on this channel. You can watch out for more of such stuffs on this channel, but then we also have a YouTube channel called OBL Studios where you can check there for more professional tutorials. If you have not subscribed to this channel, click the subscribe button and then click the notification bell. So anytime I drop in a casual video or probably you see anything from OBL Junior, then you get the alert.
After hearing OBL Senior speak, these are my final verdicts if you are still not sure as to whether you have to buy an iPhone or you have to buy a regular camera. Now, my stance on this is that if you just want to do content creation for YouTube and social media in general, then go in for the iPhone because on social media it's virtually very easy because all the platforms do compress your footage, or probably because it's computational photography, when you upload your picture on Instagram or other platforms, people are virtually just scrolling through, and whether the blur is real or is computer based, people might not really notice it because they're just browsing through social media. And so iPhone would actually work for that particular scenario. However, if your dream is to become a fully fledged filmmaker or going into the film industry, as at now, I am still totally convinced that getting a camera like the Panasonic G7 and starting with it will really help your career because jumping straight onto a camera and working your way up would really be the way to go. And if you are buying the Panasonic G7, make sure to get the adapter along, which will allow you to be able to adapt other camera lenses. This is a way to fully unlock the capabilities of this beginner camera. And I do have links to all of this in the description below. These are affiliate links, and when you use them to either buy the iPhone or to buy the Panasonic G7 with the speed booster and the other lenses, it goes a long way in helping this channel make videos like this free of charge across the globes. If you are just discovering this channel, this African Amaze channel, over here we talk about cinematography, photography, editing, and all its related branches. If all this sounds interesting, then I do much appreciate it if you do click on the subscribe button. Make sure to click on the post notification bell so you are notified anytime we drop awesome content right here from Africa. And like always, until next time, keep practicing filmmaking. Peace out.